if you want a question that will make somebody uncomfortable in our modern world, sit down with somebody and ask them, who are you and what do you believe in? That's a question most of these young guys out here couldn't answer. Who are you and what do you believe in? What is your agenda? What is your goal? What is your life's mission? And a lot of people out here, you ask them that, they'll get incredibly uncomfortable and they'll get downright mad at you. And if you insist that they give you an answer, they're going to get up and walk away. All right? And, you know, this little pissant getting upset because somebody asked a question that made you uncomfortable, yeah, try doing 5 years in prison. You want to talk about discomfort. You don't know the meaning of discomfort. You know, but that's the question. If you really want to ask somebody a question that's going to make them uncomfortable, just ask them, who are you and what do you believe in? Everywhere I go, you know, I live in a rural area, but there's different types of these people that live in the city. But everywhere I go, I see some little nihilist, some little fucktard that thinks he's somebody he saw on the television, or thinks he's somebody trying to emulate somebody else and what some other guy's doing. You know, everybody's always trying to be some other person instead of just, I don't know, being themselves. You know, nobody is capable of having an original thought anymore. Nobody is capable of going against the grain. Nobody is capable of having a purpose or a mission. You know, the vast majority of people are complacent, nihilistic little twats that just want to go along to get along, and they all look the same. They all got the same, they would all swear that they're individualist. Oh, I don't like labels, man. But they all dress the same, they all look the same, they all have the same haircuts. Everything about these people is the same. They all have tattoos, but all their tattoos are the same. It's all the same colorful nonsense. Like a girl will have like a boat anchor on her leg or something. It's just like the same crap over and over and over again, right? It's the same boring, bland, pseudo-intellectual crap over and over and over again. Our popular culture is AI slop. You know, people say AI slop is bad. AI is just a mirror. All it is mirroring back at you. It's literally nothing but a mirror. The large language model is like the auto spell check, how you could make whole sentences back in the day on an Android tablet by hitting the auto correct thing over and over again, and it could form whole sentences. That ability already existed years ago when you were like hitting, you could like hit the words on the spell check thing, and it would like form whole sentences automatically. That was the first form of that. Okay? That was literally the first form of AI, because it could predict the word you're about to say next. And they just turned that into large language model. So, again, it's literally just taking all the data and reflecting it back at you. You say this AI stuff is ugly, well, it's literally just taking the world that it sees and reflecting it back at you. It's not really that advanced of a technology. It's advanced compared to, say, where we were 100 years ago. But it's showed up right on time, okay? We're not living in the year 3000. It's not like we've had some huge quantum leap, and, you know, it's just, it's probably something that, you know, we could have had 20 years ago if we had thought about it sooner. I mean, I think that the physical technology for it was there 20 years ago, you know, as far as, like, the computing power and all that. Anyways, I digress on that. But anyways, as far as popular culture, as far as, like, you know, people, the way people act out here, it's like everything is just slop. Everybody's dressed in their pajamas. Everybody's acting like an idiot. Nobody cares about anything. Nobody has any, I mean, it's like the movie WALL-E, where like all the people are fat and just all they cared about was the immediate consumption of pleasure, and they didn't have, I mean, we're literally living in that movie, or the movie Idiocracy. I mean, we're literally living in a world where nobody has any real morals or values other than immediate comfort and pleasure. And the baby boomers are no different. Obviously, the baby boomers just have more money to do it, and they have a slightly more presentable aesthetic behind it. They're going on a vacation or their spiritual journey or whatever, you know. And then there's these different socioeconomic classes or whatever, but the mission with all of them is the same. They're all just want to pursue pleasure, and they think that's the only meaning of life that matters. Okay? And, that's why they're secretly miserable inside. And it's all based on conformity, and it's all based on just like consensus. And it's a really feminine worldview because women are very consensus based for reasons I won't go into. But yeah, it's a very matriarchal energy that our society has. Very whimsical, one thing to the next. It's not based on anything built to last. And it can't last. Because you can't consume, and never produce and expect to have a good society. You can't have a society where nobody has any ideals or unifying beliefs and nobody has any real culture, because you can't have culture because that's racist. Okay? So basically you just have a society where it's consume, and really we're doing more consuming than producing. We're not really producing that much as a society. So our society, I believe it is something along the lines of mouse utopia. I think we're a little more advanced than mice. So I don't know how this shit's going to look. I don't know how this is going to play out. Okay? But I know that this is not functional. I know we can't keep doing this. I know we as a society we're on the crazy train, and the crazy train is headed for a cliff. Because you cannot keep doing this. Everything is fake. Everything is artificial. The stock market is fake. It's all the money is just being shoveled around. The different companies are like buying and selling off massive, like they're manipulating the stock market to keep it going. And I don't think they could do that forever. I think something's going to have to happen. You're going to see some type of fourth turning event in our lifetime. But in the meantime, we have to put up with the utter nihilistic craziness. The video game Grand Theft Auto 6? Here's a real opportunity for Rockstar Games to do a real critique of our modern society. Just look at the nihilism of the girls on top of the cars, twerking on top of the cars and stuff. Just look at the party culture, the nihilism, the drug addiction, and even with the boomers, they're just doing it with vacations and stuff like that, and they're all miserable. Everybody is miserable because they don't have a purpose. They don't have a unifying idea. You can't have a purpose or unifying idea because they call that divisive. Oh, that's divisive to have a purpose or unifying idea. So everybody just has to have this, bland, timid party, dude, because it's the only inoffensive thing. It's just the pursuit of pleasure. The endless pursuit of pleasure and nihilism and party culture, and the only, people chase happiness. And the truth is, you're not going to be happy 100% of the time in your life. And the truth is, real lasting happiness comes from starting families, having communities. And the reason we don't have families and communities is because our society is utterly dysfunctional and people don't even know how to talk to. Basically our society is mentally ill and we don't even know how to talk to each other anymore. You can't make it happen. People will just start arguments about nothing. I'm telling you, bro, people will sabotage relationships by starting arguments about nothing. About bullshit. And again, so our society is sick, it's mentally ill, we have mass mental illness right now, and nobody trusts each other anymore. And yeah, I think a lot of this was done on purpose, by design. Because strong families make strong nations. If you have a strong family unit, you have family values, you have a culture where people really look after each other and really have common unifying ideas, that's a culture that is hard to control. It's easy to control people when they're atomized and isolated and all that. So this is my brutal critique of modern society. And I know there's a lot. I have hope because I know you guys that watch these videos are different than the plebeians that I just got done talking about in this video. I know you guys are different. And we have the power to build a better world, especially after this one collapses. But we need to begin preparations for that now. Okay? And so I'm hoping you guys are each involved in your own projects, because I'm just one man, okay? And I can only do so much. But I'm hoping that there's some people out there that have their own projects thinking outside the box for how we might change things. Okay? And there are solutions to these problems, but it's going to be a long, tough road, and you have to identify what the enemy is. The enemy is nihilism and party culture, and that stuff has got to go. You know, if you see that stuff, it has to be ridiculed. It has to be made fun of, because it's just cancer. It's just cancer. You wouldn't tolerate somebody in your neighborhood spraying liquid cancer in the air that gave everybody cancer, would you? Okay, so when somebody comes in your neighborhood pushing nihilism and party culture and you know, and Islam doesn't tolerate it because they, you know, to their credit. I mean, I know I've criticized Islam too, but to their credit, they don't tolerate when that stuff comes in their neighborhood. They kick it out. They know what poison looks like, and so, you know, to their credit. But anyways, I just want to give you guys, you know, a raw critique of modern society, how our society has degenerated so far that nothing functions anymore. Nothing. Everything's broken. You know? I mean, I swear there's more power outages now than there were. I mean, I know rainstorms are rainstorms. There's always power outages after rainstorms, and they do get the lights on pretty fast. But I mean, you know, it seems like the internet and the power goes off more than it did 10 years ago. It's what it seems like. You know, I mean, it's faster than ever, but it seems to go off more, and they get it back online. But it just seems like infrastructure is even starting to get neglected. You know, there's potholes in the road. You know, we're seeing a collapse slowly but surely, and everything. But anyways, this has just been a stream of consciousness rant. I appreciate you guys for hearing, you know, a little bit more of a serious video. You know, my critique on modern society. See you guys in the next one. Jordan Jareb signing off.